Hey yo, greetings and salutation, how you doing? And good afternoon, konnichiwa and kabawa, kikidestika minasa, in Ohio goesaimasu, hachime mashite. Welcome back into another reaction video. It's your boy, Mighty Adventure, the multitasker, the one and only, or just call me Mr. M.A. or Mighty Son, at your service. How you doing, guys? I'm doing alright. Worn out still, but at least it was not too bad though. It is a beautiful afternoon, and the fact that it's Sunday, which that is the second week of July, and even though that 4th of July is over, and there were some people that still shooting fireworks, so it's never too late that you want to celebrate your Independence Day, so that's fine. And the fact that we're just about 1 hour away for NXT Heatwave that's going to be streaming on Peacock. But I do want to address of a little certain thing that happened that was last night on Money in the Bank, and that the unfortunate bad news, and no offense from Wade Barrett, but Drew McIntyre is suspended indefinitely. So, due to the fact that he did cash in to get his one opportunity to be as the new World Heavyweight Champion, but since the CM Punk's interference again, and that flop, and well, he's still pretty pissed off about that. And during of the post show, and that just aggressively that attacked Adam Pearce, and that it became clear that it was the final straw. So he was suspended, and well, he was just not having it. So that just brings it to my point for this video, because there is a recent and a new video that is from Wrestlelamia, and which that boils it down to the title, the real reason why Drew McIntyre failed to cash in. That was last night. So let's just check out exactly what went down, and more importantly, why did he fail? And that where I'm gonna start to bring in of my share of how the things that the match became as a controversy, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and check this out, and let's begin. So without further ado, it's time to react.
Money in the Bank has come and gone, much like Drew McIntyre's Money in the Bank contract. Join us now as we look at the real reasons why Drew McIntyre failed his WWE cash-in at Money in the Bank 2024. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 1, Drew is a badass. And Drew McIntyre's win was a reminder of what a badass he is, and how his determination drives him to success. Drew has had his hands full with some tough competition, but when it comes to crunch time, McIntyre dug deep, taking the unorthodox approach of using a ladder like a javelin and dispatching Jey Uso so he could grab the briefcase.
He did.
Drew's the type of heel that fans can grudgingly respect because he does what he says he's going to do, but also boo him for spoiling a babyface's apparent win. Number 2, the WWE doesn't like the men's Money in the Bank. A rumor has it that the powers that be don't like the men's Money in the Bank concept, and while we can't confirm this, the rumors we've heard about WWE wanting to cancel the event at different times, as well as some of the baffling decisions it's made to give the briefcase to a wrestler with no idea what to do going forward from their win, makes us wonder if the WWE isn't gung-ho on the idea. Tonight's win and subsequent loss by McIntyre is further evidence of the WWE's dislike for the men's version of the briefcase.
Okay,
the WWE got this year's men's Money in the Bank briefcase contract out of the way, and as we'll see, there were several reasons for this. Whether they're good or bad is probably for you to decide. Number 3, and now for something completely different. As we noted in our recap and analysis, some fans think both the Money in the Bank concept and the ladder match need to be retired. However, as we've also noted, tonight's men's match featured some clever spots that didn't involve wrestlers putting their lives on the line. Such was the case with Drew's failed cash-in. Fans have seen many different scenarios with the briefcase, but nothing quite like tonight's situation where Drew went to cash in and the nemesis spoiled everything for him. While Punk's interference was predictable, it was executed well and should have had some storyline benefit besides furthering the Punk vs McIntyre war. And we're not saying that just because something is different it's better. Anyone remember TNA Wrestling's Reverse Royal Rumble? But tonight things played out differently in an entertaining way. Number 4, to keep the fans guessing. Not only was Drew's Night of Glory 10 failure different, it's a night the WWE Universe will remember for a long time. Keeping things unpredictable is vital in wrestling, where fans expect a certain amount of surprises while the promotion stays true to wrestling's essential elements. Fans tuning into next year's Money in the Bank will have no idea what to expect after Drew's disaster. Number 5, there were no vacancies this year for a successful cash-in. One of the biggest reasons the WWE had Drew fail his cash-in was because the WWE has long-range plans for the World Heavyweight Championship and Undisputed Championship. While it's certainly likely that Gunther is walking out of SummerSlam with the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE intends to keep the belt on him for the duration. Likewise with Cody Rhodes, who seems locked in to keep the title wrapped around his waist until WrestleMania 41 if the plans for Cody vs. Rock materialize. Having anyone win the briefcase would have been a disappointment for their fans because savvy fans would treat the win the same way they did when Austin Theory won the briefcase. At the time, Roman Reigns had the only world championship and fans knew he wasn't losing it anytime soon, and certainly not to Austin Theory. Number 6, no one else was ready or needed the briefcase. Now, even if the WWE wanted to keep the briefcase in play and perhaps even considered the idea of someone cashing it in for a short run with the belt, this year's entrance had nothing to gain with a win. Indeed, it's difficult to imagine anyone involved other than Drew being ready for the briefcase or needing it. For example, Carmelo Hayes is nowhere near ready for the briefcase, especially with how he's been a mid-card talent since his main roster debut. Likewise with Andrade, who's probably already wondering why he came back to the WWE. As for Chad Gable, the former Alpha Academy leader has several major storylines going on, and he's going to be too busy for a sideshow act with a lame duck briefcase.
Especially
James
that
he's the type
the
of
White
wrestler
Six
who's always in
is
contention
gutting
for a
him.
world title shot. Factor in his potential involvement in Roman Reigns vs. Solo Sikoa, and Uso just plain doesn't need it. Finally, there's LA Knight, who seems to be headed for a US title win over Logan Paul at SummerSlam, a championship that fits in with how the WWE sees him, and by now it's obvious they don't see him as World Championship material. Number 7, Drew is a man fans love to hate. Given all the reasons mentioned, Drew was a good choice for many reasons, but most of all because fans love to hate him. McIntyre is quick to mock babyfaces, attack them, and make life miserable for the WWE Universe's favourites. Naturally, fans want to see him get what's coming to him, and tonight's win and subsequent crash and burn was a classic example of a heel's triumph turning into an unmitigated disaster. Drew winning and losing in one night was a type of creative magic that's only possible in professional wrestling. McIntyre's cashing gave the fans an adrenaline-fueled experience as they wondered how things would play out. Number 8, WWE wanted to hype Drew and Punk feud further. Ultimately, the decision to have Drew McIntyre win the briefcase only to lose it the same night was to fuel the already white-hot feud between McIntyre and CM Punk. Oddly enough, this is probably the weakest reason for McIntyre winning and losing. After all, both wrestlers have done each other dirty over the last 6 months, and at this point, Punk costing Drew another potential world title win is redundant. Nonetheless, the WWE seems to feel that there's nothing to be lost from piling on the problems each man makes for the other. As we've suggested before, fans may start sympathizing for McIntyre if Punk continues one-upping him, but as we'll also explore, this could be part of a much bigger plan. Number 9, WWE laid the groundwork for Seth vs Punk. One of the signs of quality storytelling is when one storyline branches off into another, pulling in other wrestlers and solidifying the idea full of characters who interact with each other and whose actions also influence one another. CM Punk's decision to rob Drew McIntyre of his Money in the Bank cash-in was motivated by Punk's rivalry with Drew, but McIntyre wasn't the only person it affected. Seth Rollins is now barred from challenging the world title as long as Priest holds the belt, partly due to CM Punk.
Really unfortunate.
It goes without saying that Seth won't forget this, and Punk's indifference could be another reason behind Drew's failure because it sets up our next storyline. A heel turn is coming. CM Punk is still beloved in the WWE Universe, and the company's decision to bring him back has been an absolute success so far. But that being said, Punk has shown signs of being a heel. Fans will recall Punk's exchange with Cody Rhodes before the Royal Rumble, where Punk took some personal shots at the American Nightmare. For some fans, it looked like the WWE might be starting a storyline to build Cody vs Punk, with the winner going after Seth Rollins. Things turned out differently due to Punk's injury and the WWE's decision to stick with its original plan of Cody vs Roman. Nonetheless, the WWE was willing to tease a Punk heel turn then, so what's to stop them from doing so now? Punk was selfish in how he cost Rollins the match, and this is clearly headed towards some sort of storyline. As fans have seen before, an embittered babyface can turn heel, with Drew McIntyre being a good example, so it's possible Rollins will turn heel on Punk. Either way, Punk costing Drew and Rollins indirectly will make for some entertaining wrestling for the rest of 2024. Now, while some fans are angry with how the WWE handled this year's Money in the Bank winner, there are good reasons for doing so, chiefly because it's unlikely that anyone would successfully cash it in due to the WWE's long-term plans for the world title, and second because the wrestlers involved weren't ready to win the briefcase or they didn't need it due to their other storylines. Although the WWE using Drew's failed cash-in to boost his feud with Punk is a weak reason, the rest of the reasons justify it, and Drew lost nothing with his failure. But there you have it, folks, why Drew McIntyre failed his cash-in at Money in the Bank. Was it the right call? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
Well, that is a good question. Would this consider as the right call, or that the things go out of hand? But I will say that to share my thoughts about of that match that was very controversial, and that let's just say that the 3 count didn't well, it was supposed to be as a 2 count. The issue is that Damien did not kicked out, and the ref just acted on instincts that because he contradicted that it was going to be a 2 count, but apparently that botched it, and Seth was irate about this, and my theory is that the timing was completely off, and they were honestly or likely that they thought that it was the right time to cue in to Drew's music to come in, and where that he's gonna be, it's gonna to cash in for the heavyweight the world heavyweight champion. I mean, that instantly that I felt like that it kind of got a little bit rushed there. And that's where all things come to of an absolute of a hell, that it was just too much there to be more specific for that. So I'm not trying to bash or anything like that. I'm just describing how the match went down, and I think that it's just the timing was just a tad bit off there. And as you can see, that CM Punk just screwed him over once again, and of course that failed the opportunity to cash in. And if you think that Seth Rollins was that irate when CM Punk makes his return after the end of the Survivor Series War Games, I mean, just imagine that. How upset he's going to be even much more for what's to come for tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. So that remains to be seen exactly where this is going to go for the storyline, and how long you think that being suspended for Drew, because knowing from him that he's going to tend to he's going to sneak his way in. So I'm willing to bet that he's gonna show up. So that, my friends, I think that this story is gonna get even more complex and even get to build up more craziness. So and I am sorry for Seth that he didn't get the win, even though that the match was controversial, and yet Damien is still your El Campeon. So that sucks, but at the same time, we are going to see the build up with Damien and Gunther. So I think that's likely that's going to take place of a SummerSlam. But we'll see if if it's still going to be a clash between Drew and Punk, or that likely that Seth Rollins is going to get involved. Because I mean, it could be anything that could be possible that it can happen, and that makes it of a fatal 3-way, and that all the madness is going to happen. And I should also mention that Bad Blood is being brought back as a WWE event. So that's a long time ago. So I'm glad it's bringing it back in full force, and I would like to see that's gonna involve with Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. So what do you think about that? So that's my take about how the match of last night went, and I apologize if I drag this out. But if you guys enjoy that, be sure to leave a like and also leave a comment down below, and also be sure to leave a like and show some love to Wrestlelamia. And if you haven't subscribed to his channel, I suggest you do that, so that way you can get more information and more content. I'm sorry, you get more information from his channel when it comes to wrestling content. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. So take care, guys, and peace.